Okay, nerds. So a video. Sorry, there's not been some for a while. I've been busy and unwell. It's been fantastic. So Squee League. What have we got here? We've got 2 Fury in the main deck, 3 Mindbreak Trap, fourth one of each post board, 2 Snapbacks in the board. Still on these petrified fields, which I don't like, but I think they're just a necessity. 2 Ghost Quarter, 2 Caracas. No ley lines because yeah, Bazaar isn't doing so great, so I'm kind of hedging away from that. I'm thinking about the Eternal Weekend coming up in what's that, 10 or so days, a bit more actually, because well, 10 or so days till I fly. But yeah, so we're just looking. The big consideration at the moment is if we play ley lines in the board when it comes to paper card access, but I don't know. So this is what we're going to play through this league here, and I'll see you for round one. Okay, what have we got? We've got fuck all. Well, we've got a natural death 85. Cool username. I'm going to Mulligan, and we'll be going to 5. Good start, good start. So I did play the challenge yesterday, but I didn't feel like recording it. I felt like playing games and not having to think about playing, so I've not played for a while. So we went 3 and 3. We started off 3-0. We played against Oath, Mono White, and then some rando blue deck, and then we played against Oath, Mono White, and a random blue deck again, and we basically split the games. So I went 3-0 into 0-3. We're going to keep this. We're going to pitch a Fury, and we're going to pitch a Lizard, I assume. Right? We pitch Lizard, so we've got good pressure. We've got good engine, and we've got a second Bazaar. I hope that all makes sense. We've got no protection, but we didn't have any protection anyway, so we can just die. And that's fine. Like this, probably kills us. No Lurrus, good for us. Workshop, bad for us. So that was cool. Good game. Nice one. If they play duel, do we even want to sit here and watch? Oh fuck. Oh no. Noxious Revival. Making it so I have to click twice. So we just need a Vengevine off the top. That's if we get a turn, to be honest with you. Which we're certainly a dog to get, to be honest with you. Pretty behind in terms of outs to get a turn. Very low. And a Revoker. Not a Revoker, the other one, that one. Cool game. Cool game. It's good. But this is one of our better matchups. It's a bit harder with the ring, but it is still fine. So it's a nice thing to see. It's just a shame we don't have any permission in our opener. So we'll wait and see how far they get. But I presume it's over. Because it's difficult now, right, is what do we even discard and play and stuff if we do get a turn. Like, if we draw, let's say we draw into Force of Will, I don't know, we'd be fine actually. We'd be able to hold it because we could just discard the Revival because our Bazaar's not going anywhere. So this is 5 mana floating. That's a Sensei's top. And it looks like a PO on top of the top, so we will concede to the PO because that's going to be a PO for 5, 6. And they can replay their duels. So let's go to a different game. That was good. Welcome to Vintage, a classic game where you're just dead. So Mindbreak Traps and Snapbacks come in. We bring in the Snapbacks because they bring in the Worm Coil engines. Fury doesn't do anything, so we've just got to make one more cut here. And what should we cut? It's not going to be a blue card. I guess a red lizard is fine to cut. Or a noxious is fine to cut. One of these two. I think we'll cut a red lizard and maintain green count for Vigor. Vigor's not great against them, but it is an answer to Saga. And the reason Vigor's not great is because when they cast their payoff, it kills you with its coming to play a trigger. It's not like a, I don't know, it's not an artifact that sits in play and slowly kills you over a few turns. The trigger kills you. So Vigor's not great. But Vigor can be great when we interact and then put all their permanents into their graveyard. Shit the bed. So we'll keep this, we'll bottom the revival. I'm not sure what we're drawing to here. But I'm not going any lower, right? Like, that's just suicidal. If we need we could do with a Vigor now. Mind Break Trap is an absolute delight. Discard the easy ones. We will attack for 4. They did keep 7, which is kind of unlucky for us. We get a big fella into play, and if we do get a turn, we get a good bash at some force of will action, which is kind of what we need, especially when they're on 7. We need them to have a slightly slower start. So, Mox Jet resolves, Soaring resolves, Vicious Workshop, and the One Ring. So we'll trap the One Ring, and if they force us, they force us. They didn't. And then they're passing the turn. Nice. So yeah, it's like this. This is a spot where a Vigor could be useful. You see? I don't need those at all. So, what do we want to do? Do we want the lizard? How much are we attacking for? 9. Yeah, the lizard doesn't really matter, does it? We'll put it in play anyway. We could have considered there picking up the trap, but I think that's a bit aggressive when we don't have an untapped Bazaar. Like, it might be fine to not activate past the turn, but I don't think this would be fine at all. But there are instances where you could activate past the turn, not activate past the turn, revival your trap, and then activate into the trap. Sorry, that wasn't very well discussed. Sure, I'll force it. And they concede. And that's very typical of how the matchup goes. At least, yeah. We interact, and then we interact, and then they die, which is nice, which is good. So I'm pretty happy with our configuration being fine on the draw and on the play. Chalice is good anyway, even into the mid game. Just because it doesn't kill their POs, but it does weaken their POs somewhat. So let's see how we do. And there's a chance in that game, right, that they didn't even sideboard because they didn't see anything from us. They saw 2 mulligans and then a concession. So it might just be that this game they do have their sideboard nonsense. But also, you can look me up and it's quite easy to determine what deck I'm on. So yeah. Okay, so game 3 against Jewel, and we've got Is it perfect? The only thing we can do to upgrade this hand is make this snap back into a Mind Break trap. That's it. That's the only upgrade I can see from this hand. It's sort of like everything we dream of. Answer for Saga, answer for 2 permanents, permission. I would like to keep, yeah. That's a Saga. We're going to let the trigger resolve. And they've got Soul Ring. So I'm down for Soul Ring resolving as well. Grim Monolith. Do want to negate a Monolith. No, I don't think so. I think they can have it. And what we're going to do is we're going to play it like on the slower and trickier side of things. And that we're going to go Strip Mine you. And upkeep we are going to just pitch the Green Lizard. And I think Green Lizard's right. Yeah, Green Lizard's fine. And put these into your graveyard as well. Perfect. Right, try again. Another Saga. That's not good for us. So we'd like to draw a Wasteland. Okay. So this time around, where they've got the Saga on the go, we will consider fighting a little bit of mana. So we can snap back our hollow one, get 2 Vengevines. Is that any good? I don't think so. I think if we had one more blue card, it's something we could really consider. But I don't just like it as just run it. Like 8U, I've got no permission, sounds like a really good way to just lose a game we're kind of advantaged in. Just straight into the Ancient Tomb. Is this just a jewel? A Wormcoil Engine. No, thank you. And I've kept the snapback here because that will deal with future Wormcoil Engines. Actually, we're just going to spin the snapback away. We're going to spin for a lizard. Bingo. So they've got 2 cards, and this turn, obviously they've got outs just to Vault Key us right here, right now. But even Vault Key without a land drop is going to be a challenge, right? Like they need to make more mana as well at the same time. Because the Ancient Tomb's going to be difficult. Okay, so they get Sapphire, Mana Vault, Paradox Outcome for 2. Go up to 5 cards with Sapphire and Vault in hand. Sapphire, Mana Vault, Time Walk. Okay. Let's see where it goes. 3 cards in hand, plays the City of Traitors, so they've got somewhere to go. That's a Worm Coil engine, so Worm Coil puts you up to 10 and then you die. I'm not high, am I? That's the case, right? Yeah. No idea why we're activating, actually. You block a 4-power creature, you go to 10, you go to 4, you die. Cool. We win the match. Yes, I agree. So yeah, that was Squee versus Jewel, the match. I think it was... Game 1 went exactly as it can do, right? We didn't get to activate a Bazaar, so our hand wasn't very good, and we died. Brilliant. Game 2, we interacted with their 2 One Rings, and they died. So interaction, and they died, because this deck's awful against interaction. And then game 3, another way of going about it, where you strip their land, you beat up all their mana, and they're just severely hampered and really struggle to do anything. Obviously they were starting to creep out of it here, but our clock was just fast enough. So yeah, that was, I think, exactly how you can expect your dual matchups to go. Okay, round 2, up against Google Scripter. I'm not going to Google Scripter actually, but that's fine. Thank you for the suggestion. We're going to keep our hand. It's a nice banger. It's a nice one on the draw as well, right? Because we can just like punt away a bunch of resources and then like it makes our discards easy, just like whatever's in hand. No Lurrus. Good for the home team. Bazaar means Oath. Bad for the home team. Not bad actually. I don't mind the Oath matchup too much. Do we feel like exposing a Bazaar of Baghdad at this point? They've got 5 cards in hand, so they've got land, Oath. What do you have if you're leading Bazaar? Do you have land if you're leading Bazaar? Like, why wouldn't you lead Trop? I guess it's Orchard is the other card. So Orchard, Oath, and then Force blue card +1. Maybe Lurrus revealed actually. Lurrus revealed would make a lot of sense as the +1 because that's the blue source. Okay, so I think we'll play Bazaar and we'll spin it, and then we'll take a look at where we are. So discarding, what, Powder, Chalice, Fury? And Hollow One's one of our big ones, so we can put it into play. Powder, Chalice, Fury. That maintains the second Bazaar and the Vigor, as well as the interaction. It's hard to work out what they're holding, right, when they're leading Bazaar. Okay, so no Lorien on instep. It's just got to be Orchard Oath, I think, then, in that case. It's just... So, we will fight the Oath here. And they can fight back. Oh, they can't fight back. Interesting. So what we really need in our next turn is a wasteland. That's certainly not one. So we're going to give it a spin. Show and Tell's going to do us really dirty here. Never mind, I don't think there's much we can do about Show and Tell in this spot. Maybe I was supposed to So let's think about that. If I let the Oath resolve, and then just vigor it, yeah, and then fight the permission, and then it was there. It was free. It was all. Oh, this is why we play these before we play the big events, right? Yeah. And the reason I didn't was I like having spent one of the permission spells against each other before you put the vigor on the stack, because then the next permission spell, my trap's online. Was this just another Oath? Oh, DT. DT for Lotus. Lotus for show and tell. And we lose. Brutal. Oh. I'm playing Fury, not Snapback, and no Caracas, and I can't get around in the Traxxer. Please be a house. Fuck. Yeah, so I had that. We should win this game. We've known everything that they were doing since they played their first land drop, and we still fucked it up. Because I played to have my trap online against double interaction, but I played to lose against show and tell. So that's annoying. How much do I get passed for? Nothing. Block, take 7. Rough. Cool. Okay. And this is one of those matchups I don't mind, but I would like it if I played it better. So post board. I like these. Do I like the mind break trap? What would we be cutting? I don't think anything. So the trap can go again. Cut 2 lizards and 2 furies for 2 Caracas and 2 snapback, and that's just going to help us fight. Yeah, that's the whole sentence. It's just going to help us fight the Atraxas when they do come in. So what did we learn? Maybe in that spot where they don't have an additional mana, and we're not playing around Flusterstorm, we're playing around double interaction, we should in fact be letting that Oath resolve, vigor it, fight. So what's the line? Oath, vigor, and then we're still negating. So if they did have something, we're still losing to that. But I just unnecessarily lost. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That happens. Something for us all to take away from that one, I think. Okay, next game. We're on the play this time, which is nice. Force trap. Chalice. Wow. What is the play here? So we're going to keep. That bit's known. Leyland of the Void. Okay. Into that. Into all that. Let's play Chalice. Start there. And we don't fight the Chalice. Right. Wasteland or Bazaar? So what's the advantage of playing Bazaar? The advantage of playing Bazaar is that I have a Bazaar in play. Disadvantage of playing Bazaar. If they strip mine it, I'm not activating it. Right, because my hand's too good. So I think I'm just going to play a Wasteland. Bit fucky. Possibly incorrect. But like... Maybe Bazaar's better actually. Man, do we feel out of practice. Vigor, sure, you got it. Vigor pitching Oath, that is. Mox Pearl comes down. Black Lotus comes down. We'll let that happen. Show and Tell gets trapped. And it's our turn. Okay, so no land from the opponent there. It's a green card. So if we play Bazaar now, we activate Bazaar of Baghdad, we draw 2, we discard Bazaar and the 2 that we draw, so we don't progress anywhere. So is there any reason to play a Bazaar of Baghdad at this point? Because we want to hold up the Force of Will, right, just in case their next play is Land Oath, is that true? Maybe we want to play the Bazaar with the intention to end step, activate it. But we can't get onto Vigor plus Force of Will here. And this is a game where, okay, cool, so now I'm going to take the draw step and keep my Force of Wills around. I'm not coming off of those. So Squee, yeah, so we're going to activate so Squee can definitely go. I guess Bazaar can go and then Green Lizard can go. I'm not gonna play the Caracas because we might need something to discard later. Because we are trying to find a Vigor to try and get our deck operational. I don't usually roll out the Lizards like this against Oath, but I feel like the game's at a state where they've, yeah. Well, we might actually be able to get somewhere with just a Lizard. Let's attack. And we'll pass the turn again. We might end step activate. But there's a chance that they can put us in a position just with Land Oath where we need to get in a fight. And if we get in that fight and they force us back, we need to draw 2 blue cards for this Force of Negation. So if Ruby doesn't do anything, well, turns on Pyroblast, right? I'll activate now. Lizard, Squee, Caracas. And we can slowly build up this hand. We don't want to be like aggro activating. But we can slowly build up this hand to an impenetrable wall of blue cards plus this green card, which will forever sit here until we find a Vigor. I feel like 2 a turn against a deck that's currently not operating is actually a fine clock for us to progress with. They're dead in 9 turns, which is obviously an eternity in Vintage, but as long as they're missing, It's fine, and we're always drawing to this Vigor, which just suddenly puts our deck online. Okay. Annoying about game one, but I neither love nor hate our current spot. Oh, cool, we've got an opponent again. Oh, no, they've moved from damage to end of combat. Okay, so yeah, we're doing okay, I think. I especially like the missed land drops. We know they're holding. We know they've got 5 cards in hand. We know one of those is a Traxxer. We'll attack for 2. Well, a Traxxer Sphinx or House is what it can be, right? So I tried to cast a Show and Tell on us earlier. Still no land. Good news for us. So powder, we'll spin it. Still no Bazaar, not Bazaar, still no that other card. So 2 ways to approach this. We're never discarding the Vengevine, right? That's our Force of Vigor card. That's never going anywhere. Powder's a lock to go. So we can keep a Strip Mine and just play Strip Mine out, or hold Strip Mine again. But I think I prefer discarding the 2 lands and holding the Master of Death as another blue card. And continue developing this hand of blue for whenever they find blue mana and they start taking game actions, we've got a reasonable fighting chance. The other option there, right, was to let them get blue mana for a turn, strip them, let them get 2 blue mana for a turn, waste them. But we quickly run out of lands and then we get Tabernacled and then everything falls apart. Like, there's a chance that that Bazaar discard 57 turns ago comes back to bite us. Oh. What have we got? Passager or Oath? It's an Oath of Druids. So we'll negate that pitching Master of Death. Then do we Wasteland? I think we'll take a draw step first. The advantage of Wastelanding is that the opponent no longer has blue mana. The disadvantage of Wastelanding is that we can get Tabernacled. And we've been through 3, so we've got 2 more on the Wasteland front. But then it's only 2 lizards, right? How much do we actually care about 2 lizards getting dunked on? I don't think we care too much, right? Actually, I guess we do care. Everything pre... Yeah, maybe that was a mistake. Everything pre-vigor, we do care. After that, the pressure's off. This applies a lot more pressure to them, though, if they start tapping that orchard. So that's cool. We've still got 2 pieces of interaction against whatever they come at us with. Black mana. So this will be a tutor of some variety. Do we fight Demonic? If it gets Tabernacle, that's really annoying. If it gets Show and Tell or Oath, that's a lot less annoying. If it gets Needle, would I fight a Needle? They've already played land, so Tabernacle's not less appealing. I'm gonna let them have it, and I don't even know if I'm fighting the Needle. Oh, I could get Baseju. Baseju would be very annoying. You could just get Ancestral. You could get Force of Will. It could get anything. It could get anything in their deck. I've let it go. I don't know how I feel about it. But whilst we're under the ley line, access to cards is very difficult. So, like, losing a random Force of Will fight over a Demonic Tutor sounds horrific. They've got 4 cards in hand, they're going up to 5, and we know that one of them is a blank. Don't think I'm too pleased with that Wasteland play either, if I'm honest. Although the Wasteland play has increased the clock because they're forced to use their Orchard. They would have used the Orchard this turn anyway. Then they would have gone like Orchard Oath, which we could have won the fight over. So, and that took them far too long, right? It took them a very long time to resolve. That was a nice draw as well. Still only double interaction, but let's see what they went and got. We are in a position where we can spin up our double interaction into a Mind Break trap if it's needed. But we do only have 2 Mind Break traps left. So, yeah, because there's one sat there in the sideboard looking all pretty. So yeah, the opponent is kind of up against it, but they have got up to 6 cards with a little bit of hand sculpting. Every activation of this Orchard basically, well, it doesn't. The first one doesn't take a turn off the clock. The second one does. Blue, red, white. Fuck is that? Just Show and Tell. So how do we want to fight Show and Tell? Negation, pitching, Force of Will. Negation, pitching, Snapback. Negation, pitching, Snapback. No more. And then a Baseju. Ooh, exciting stuff. So Um, I'm unsure if vigor is any longer relevant if we draw it. No, that's perfect. Just mono perfects rolling off the top here. We attack. And we would like to see them tap that orchard one last time. So if they don't tap orchard, let's say they go tropical island or show and tell or whatever, they did tap it. Well, I was going to say I would spin on end step looking for the third lizard, but they have tapped it. That gives us lethal on board. Oko, Thief of Crowns. Oko stands up a ruby. So do we want to spin first? And get the info? Because if we spin and hit a lizard, then we don't have to sweat the Oko. If we spin, hit a lizard, get tabernacled, that's a real problem. But we can still fight the Oko. So let's give it a spin. So we hit nothing. I'm going to force, pitching force, targeting Oko. Getting tabernacled here would be annoying, but especially seeing I've just come off my green card to push through as lethal. But yeah, so that makes this Bazaar activation horrific. The risk of getting tabernacled there once you've just come off green is really bad. But hey hey. 1-1. Do we want any of our other cards? I don't think so. I think we're quite happy where we are. Mindbreak Trap in for revival maybe on the draw. Gives a bit more protection against those early oaths. I lost this matchup yesterday in the challenge because my opponent had turn 1 oath with just in both games. I don't think they had protection both games, but maybe it was just I didn't get to activate a Bazaar in the first one, and then the second one. The second one I missed on blue card. I had the force, I missed the blue card on the Bazaar activation, and then they had turn 1 oath. But this hand's good. This hand's even got the vigor. They've mulligan to 6. We will not mulligan. And they've kept upkeep no effects, so that means we've got a graveyard. But they do have coloured lands this time around. So it looks like we're up against a similar draw to game 1, where they've just got a slow oath of druids. And we'll just play a Bazaar. Oh no, I should activate it. I've got a red lizard. I've got backup stuff. What do I do now? Lizard vigor. And then, are we set up enough? I think so. I think we're set up enough to put these lizards into play. We don't have any sort of engine going on. But we do have permission. Yeah, I need to activate that because if I hit the Vengevine, it's just so much better. Ancestral Recall, Negation, Pitching, Luring revealed. And I am going to fight this actually. And the reason is I've got the Vigor in my hand already. So they're down to 2 cards, 1 land. Strip mine, I've got a Bazaar behind. Fine. Do I want 2 Bazaars? I don't think so. Do I want to play Bazaar? We don't know yet. Yes. Yes, we do. Cool, so easy peasy on the activation there. And next turn we start picking up cards. They're on 2 cards, up to 3 in the draw step. In a position where we kind of want them to be, right? Low on resources, both in play and in hand. They put a lot of resource into that Ancestral that didn't get through, and now they've missed on a second mana producing land after the Strip Mine. We get a Squee back. We get Caracas for the turn. Can we improve on Caracas? I guess we can in this spot. So we get to keep one of these. I am going to discard a Bazaar. I'm going to discard a Master of Death. I'm going to discard a Caracas. Oh no, discard a Noxious. Discard a Noxious? No, because then the Boseiju really buggers us, doesn't it? Yes, we'll discard Caracas, and that way we can play around both Atraxa to get back a Caracas and Boseiju killing our Bazaar of Baghdad. We can play around both of those things at the same time by just holding the revival. Obviously it's slightly slow, but it is fine. So find Scalding Tarn. And then they Boseiju me. Okay. Yeah, I'll give it a set. Oh, there's nothing there. So we'll move to end step. They've got 2 cards in hand. We'll pick up a Bazaar. We get a Squee. And then we'll just pass. And the reason we're passing is it means that we can come up with a decent idea of what we need. So for example, they go land, show and tell, and we can search for forces. They don't go land, show and tell, we get a nice spin at the end step without coming off the force green card. And if they have another Boseiju, then we have another Noxious. So they appear to have nothing here, which means we're going to get a nice spin and start to go up on cards. Do we like Wasteland? I think so. I think we do like Wasteland. Do we like Wasteland over Vigor? Yes, I would say so. Yeah, we'll bring those back. Force of Will is quite tasty as well. We'll play a Wasteland. We're going for the lands. Floats are blue. Got a Lorien? No, just wasting time. So we're going to do end step activating in this spot so that we're maintaining blue card force just in case the discards are difficult. Well, not difficult, but like we want to hold guaranteed force, guaranteed blue card. How do we feel about that? I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Their strip mine's gone, right? And they don't play Wasteland. And we've got Noxious. And we can fight everything else. Tabernacle, sure. My creatures die. Oh no, my 2 lizards. Lotus, Show and Tell, Atraxa, they just can't get up that many cards. Lotus, Show and Tell, Atraxa. Well, yeah, they can't get up that many cards, we just force it. So it doesn't look like there's much here that they can get that's going to be particularly game ending this turn that I can think of. They go down to 9. And then Sensei's Top, yeah, for sure. Yeah, Sensei's Top's just like not impactful, I don't think. Especially not when you've got no lands in play. And yeah, we're crawling all over them now. So 3 squeeze a turn, just absolutely cruising up on cards, right? Yeah, and it's over. So cool. So yeah, so we've just taken them off mana, killed their Sensei's Top. Alright, where do we stand on just giving them a vamp for the fun? We could give them a... No, we can't give them a strip mine. We could give them a negation. Their negation's kind of dead. Which is more dead, vamp or negation? Or, no, I guess a random card is more dead than any of these. Yeah, no plays. No plays, and next turn you're drawing into more air. Oh, Tropical Island, boo. I'll take a Wasteland then, please. So 2 squeeze come back, we've got a Wasteland on top of our deck. We're going to Wasteland their Tropical, attack for 3, yada yada yada. Yes please. Yes please. Give it the old spin. And even a backup Bazaar. Beautiful. And like, our engine's so good, and our why are we tapping mana? Do we have something to spend our mana on this time? No. Yeah, our engine here is so good, and our creatures are so insignificant that, and our hands are already so busted that we can just spew off Wastelands and not care about Tabernacle. If they Tabernacle us, which is hard for them to do because we know their top card's top, then we can just play a game where we continue doing this just without the attacking for 3, and then eventually bring back some Vengevines and they'll die. So good games. I felt like we had that under control in all 3 matches, but in all 3 games, but we managed to lose round 1. So it goes. Okay, round 3 against NJ741. We won the die roll. They have action. They have revealed a Lurrus. We have revealed a Bazaar of Baghdad. So Noxious can't go anywhere. Force blue card can't go anywhere. This Fury doesn't really want to go anywhere either, though. That's the problem. On the play is nice. We are required to spin. Don't hate it. I'm just going to do 3 lizards. I know I'm coming off a red card if I do. But I feel like I have to in order to get my hollow one into play. So this can be Jeskai, or this can be just blue-black, or this can be the Shere Khan Thoughtcast deck. But 7 power on turn 1 is a decent way to pressure them, I would say. Nox Ruby. Lorraine revealed. Into Tropical Island. Ah, Fast Bond. The fuck does that mean? Huh. How good is Fast Bond, really? How good is Fast Bond? What can you do with a Fast Bond that I'm concerned about? Depth stage? Fuck it. Noble place. Cool. I genuinely have no idea what they're playing. Why are they playing Fast Bond in their deck? Why is there a Lurrus? Does that mean they're on Loam? Loam, no. Right, so they're on Life from the Loam instead of Crucible Ramanap. They're not on Uro. They could be on Gush Walk, Mystic Land. What's it called? Mystic Gate? Mystic Sanctuary? Who knows? What we need to decide is if we activate this Bazaar Baghdad. I think not yet. We'll get him for 7. We'll pass the turn. They did reveal a Lurrus. So, and the Tropical Island means like what? Deathrite Shamans and Hermit Druids? Then why would we play a Fast Bond in our deck if we're doing Druid? Okay. You've got Urza Saga. Still no black mana though, so we can end step, give it a spin. We'll cast this lizard. Go on. It says they're paying costs. Yeah, nice. So they've tapped their blue mana, so now they've not got Flusterstorm available, and we'll kill those 2. I did think for a quick second whether we want to cast the lizard and then do it, or whether we want to cast the Vigor with the lizard trigger on the stack. But this was way better. It was the whole game, is how good that was. So, what the fuck does Fast Bond mean? Right, I'm not going to look up Fast Bond and it's playing Vintage, because we're playing Eternal Weekend, right? So we need to try and deduce this stuff on the fly. We need to deduce it slightly faster than that, because... Wait, but Fast Bonds and Sagas... Okay, Fast Bond and Saga makes sense. Fast Bond, I can get behind that. I presume if you're playing Fast Bond, you've got a Petrified Field, and I'm going to do a Ghost Quarter just in case they've got some crazy shit going on. I imagine Mindbreak Trap's not great against the Fast Bond deck. Misstep seems good against Fast Bond. They revealed a Lurrus. Do I want to go completely off of creature kills? I'm going to drop a red lizard and a red squee and not be confident about it. But I'm going to keep my 2 furies for now. I know we're only on a few red cards, not many, but I think you see, it's fucking plenty. Well, now we're on like 0 red cards because of the powder here. Does that make us want to not powder? Not really. No, not at all, actually. Hand's a banger. We've kept a decent number of 7s so far in this league. Alright, Mox, Emerald. You got it. Wasteland, not good. Pithing Needle. Okay. And then now we will end step these 2 away. Thank you. Play a Bazaar. Activate a Bazaar. I'm going to discard a blue card, I don't care. We're not going to have a Bazaar for very long. We need them to not have a Tabernacle. And that's that. That's the whole story. That's everything I've got for you today. So, Hollow One. Hollow One. Cool. Are they like not on permission? They've got to be on some permission somewhere in their deck, right? Surely there's something. Yep, Bazaar dies. And it's our turn. The 1 lander out of the Fast Bond deck. That's wild. Wasteland, please. Never lucky. So now we'll slay for 9. And yeah, this whole game is please don't show me a Tabernacle of Pendrell Vale, right? That's everything we've got going on. Black Lotus. Black Lotus, and they've missed a land drop, right? Turn 3. Oh, okay. They do have permission. Force pitching, force and negation. So yeah, so whatever they had, we were getting countered. All we want to draw at the moment is Wasteland. Unless they show us something different. So they still need to fetch Lurrus if that's in their line to be alive again. It's back to us. You go to 1. Bowmasters. You go to a lot more than 1. What? Okay, I missed a bit at some point in the evolution of that deck if they're now playing Tropical Island Fast Bond. I seriously missed part of it. This is lining up to be the worst Bowmaster I've ever seen in my life, actually. Found the Wasteland for Tabernacle, so now we're just absolutely cruising through. Vigor kills us if they play Vigor, but Bowmaster's dead. And Polluted Delta. Okay. How much damage can you deal with a Polluted Delta? Ancestral yourself. That's a good start to dealing damage. Your Lotus is gone. There's 2 hollow ones here. And we win the match. Cool. fuck knows how Fast Bond ended up in their deck, but a nice win against this whole Lurrus stuff that's been ruining us of late. Right, anyway, see you for round 4. Okay, Wooded Raptus. We're on the play. We have had to take a mulligan. Okay, that's unfortunate. Hey, look, creatures. So, yeah, we'll keep this. Powder goes back. Give me a lizard, please. There's no protection in this hand, so just like we did in round 1, game 1, we can just die. Although we've got a bit of protection now, actually. Playing out the Hollow Wonders because Wasteland's so prevalent these days. They've forced it, pitching Flusterstorm. No Lurrus revealed, though. So that makes me think that this is probably... Right, so initial thoughts is probably Doomsday or some sort of combo. If we're no Lurrus Fluster. It's just Oath of Druids. Sure. Oh, it's just Bug. Fuck. Okay. We do hate the Bug deck. But Bug no Lurrus, so they're on Whole Breaches and Leovolds. Oh, come on, Modo. Grow. Okay, so we do get back Squee. We do get back Strip Mine. Okay. So any Hollow One or Lizard will kill this Deathrite and bring back this Vengevine. So we need to push for that before the dude becomes alive. So Vigor, Powder. And then Strip Mine you. And not exposing the Squee to the Deathrite Shaman. And holding a Bazaar of Baghdad. So they've got Orcish Bowmasters for this activation. So Orcish Bowmasters for this activation. 4 cards in hand. So what happens if we pass the turn? So what we're thinking here, right, is we can revive a Hollow One to our deck on their end step, draw Hollow One, then draw 2, or we can just gamble and spin for a Lizard, which I think I prefer, because the first activation is going to draw out the Bowmaster. Actually, the Deathrite Shaman as well does a real number on the Vengevine. So let's activate, see if we've got a Bowmaster coming in. I imagine so. No. So now we'll just play Bazaar, cast Fury, and then when they respond and eat our Vengevine, we'll spin the Bazaar of Baghdad, and if we hit a Lizard, we actually get the Vengevine and counter the ability. So that hits the Vengevine, we spin in response. Oh, motherfucker. Never mind. We've got 2 Bazaars. They don't have a Deathrite Shaman. They've got an Underground Sea. Another Deathrite. That seems fine. So we'll just... Okay, we'll just bring it straight back. Fine. We'll spin again because Vengevines are free here. No. Okay. And that's spinning with the triggers on the stack, right? We spin with the Madness triggers on the stack. And then any Vengevines we milled on that second trigger. We were 1 card away from it as well, which is a shame. But we've now got the pressure. And Bug is always difficult. It's got so many wastelands. All of their creatures are hateful to us. You can win it, but it usually takes early pressure. And then typically, if we see Tamagotchi, we like snapbacks. Petrified Field, Caracas will come in this matchup because they're going to have Leovolds in their deck. So basically, we're going to bring in all the non-surgicals and non-Might Trap, I think. So that's going to be like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. That's a fucking lot of cards, actually. But Vigor's usually not very good, although they're going to have ley lines because they've got the thing. So Vigors will have to stay in. Chalice is bad, Mindbreak's bad. Negation's not always that, all it's cracked up to be. Alright. We've got action from the opponent. That action is 3 mana to a Ramanap Excavator. Wild. Wild list. Okay. Lizard. Do we get him for 5 or do we get him for 4? And how many times do we activate Bazaar of Baghdad? I guess at least once. So okay, I guess at least twice. So same as before. The triggers are going to go on the stack over there in the exile zone, which is where that's at the moment. And we're going to spin in response looking for a Vengevine, which we didn't hit. But we did hit a Squee, so that means they're going to have to eat that on their turn. I'm just going to slay with everything and just push through as much as damage as possible. Like, I've got so many little miserable guys to go around with. How many lizards is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Man, I needed just one of you so soon, so early in that game. Like, if I just get that one lizard on that death ray activation, we're cruising through this game. But it looks very difficult now. We've still got 4 cards in hand. Oko's a monster. Doesn't look great, does it? Oh, I fucking fucked it up as well. Yeah, so we're supposed to... activate on the stack there. I've played this poorly, I apologise. Face or Oko? Well, I attack Oko with everything. Ooh. I attack Oko or attack them with everything? If I attack them with everything, they take 6 and then they can gain 5 on their turn. So let's take this back and let's slay at Oko. And if they don't want Oko to die, they have to chump. So like snuff out or something then? No, it's just Oko's dead. Cool. And I'm not against an end step spin here, but if I'm not against it, no, I am against an end step spin. I guess it depends on how many of my squeeze they can get rid of. They eat the blue squee, which is good for us because we've got one more Fury in our deck somewhere. Another Deathrite Shaman. 3 cards in hand from the opponent. I'm just going to pick up Squee because I need to draw to this Fury. I'm going to nab the Fury now if I can. Before they get Deathbright activations going. Blue, Flusterstorm. Okay. Not sure about how this match has been played. Is this game 1? I think so. Is this matchup where we miss Gaia's Cradle the most? I find less so now that Bowmaster exists, but okay, you've got my Master of Death. That's fine. Let's just attack and let's not cast the. We're not going to cast the Hollow One this turn. We're not going to activate a Bazaar of Baghdad this turn. We're going to let them eat an inconsequential creature. And then maybe come up with a plan on a future turn. I wonder if this guy's playing Fast Bond as well. They got the Excavator. They've definitely got the Wastelands. Triple Deathrite Shaman in their top few cards is annoying. But this matchup's just so disgusting for us. So, not awfully stressed. Okay, opponent eats our Fury on end step. They get back up to 10. The reason I didn't play this Hollow One is I'm just a bit concerned about my Squee getting eaten. Because if my Squee gets eaten, then I can't cast the Fury. It's lingering somewhere in those 27 cards. Presuming they don't have force. But that's something that we can't particularly play around at the moment. Collector Reef is pointless, it doesn't do anything, so that's good. Ramanap Excavator is going to start getting in, that's fine. Vengevine's never getting into play. Yeah, I'm just going to go these 3 into the bin. Attack with a Vengevine. Cast Hollow One. Actually, I should have pre-combated Hollow One. Yeah. We should have pre-combated Hollow One because then we'd have outs to cast that Vengevine, I think. Right, so when they activate to when they activate their death right here, do we spin for Lizard Vengevine exactly? I don't think so. I think waiting for, like, working towards this Fury is still the best thing we can do. I know they're just getting back all the life they lost that turn. And they play like main deck Vigors and shit as well. But like 8 damage a turn is like an actual amount of damage now. Oh, is this a sorcery speed Vigor? Okay. They're on 1 card. We're not on many cards, to be honest, either. That comes in. That was a good draw. Okay, and the Deathrights are going to die. They're going to eat a creature out of our graveyard. Yeah, that's fine. Then did you just eat a rando land? No, okay. So now we're going to spin twice. So spin, Force of Vigor, Wasteland, and then just like Lizard Vengevine is what we're looking for here. Well, never mind. Do we want to sacrifice a lizard for some damages? No, it doesn't really change anything, does it? Right, opponent's on 1 card. They've got a food token that they can't activate right now. And now it's a whole sweat as to whether we should be playing out this, activating these Bazaars or not. Because at the moment we're doing fine, but a top deck Bowmaster kills us. 19 cards. I think I'm just going to activate it because we need to find a squee at some point. It's a lizard. Let's spin it again. Vengevine there. So hollow one off the top. We've only got 1 left though. I think 1, 2. Yeah, there's 1 hollow one left. So it would need to be exactly that card. But it's not. In we go. We'll kill the Ramanap. Because the Ramanap's actually threatening if they draw a Wasteland. Collect Reef has no text, right? Like it's just, at the moment it's denying them 3 life. So the 2 Vengevines in the yard are the only 2 Vengevines left. We've got 1 hollow one left. We've got how many lizards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 2 lizards left. So 2 lizards, 1 hollow one, 0 furies, no snapbacks. Means we've got 1 animation left to get this game done with. Is this endurance? Oh, Assassin's Trophy. Sure, bro. I could have taken longer to look and just confirm that I was right. That's our hollow one. So we have to activate. That's not one of our two lizards. I'm going to cast the hollow one. Man, Meadow's going off. So we attack, you eat. Yeah, I do like the attack now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 revivals have gone. There's 1 Bazaar left. We're on 11 cards as well. The nice thing now though is we've got 2 squeeze going. Which means we can hold lizards if we want to. Oh no. They've drawn a bowman. That was an unfortunate draw. So that pings there, that pings me. That pings that. Why is that pinging that? Because then I can't attack you. Sure, that makes sense. So no attacks. We've only got to activate once more into this thing though. Oh, fucking fuck. What a disastrous sequence. Like just the 2 best cards peeling off the top. So what do I need? I need a Bazaar of Baghdad, right? Waste. So 1, 2, 3, and they haven't eaten one. So yes, there's still 1 left. What happens if I attack and I'm trading with an army token and a collect roof? That doesn't sound very good. And here we're just going up to manual discards as another way to reanimate the Vengevines. Huh. I don't know. So, why would we let Narset resolve? It's going to let them dig deeper. But an advantage of letting Narset resolve is if we draw into our Bazaar, we can activate it without triggering the Bowmasters, which means the token doesn't get any bigger, which I quite like actually. So I'm going to run the gambit. We've only got 6 cards left. We're drawing to hand size and we're drawing to Bazaar. They find a Moxjet. Moxjet doesn't do anything, it's dead. But what this has done is it's meant that this token's never outgrowing our creatures, because we've only got the 1 animate left in our deck. We need the lizard to not be the bottom card of the deck. Or we need it to be like one of the next 2. Lurrus revealed. So we will counter Lurrus revealed, and that will take us off of happiness. Plays a Verdant. Yep, I get a Squee. Draw a wasteland. Another wasteland's fine. Right, that's the lizard. So we'll pass to end step. We'll discard a squee. Next turn we're going to want 2 cards. It's not the Bazaar. So we're on 9 cards. We're going to discard creature. Do we attack this turn? Clear the path? Or do we attack next turn to make their life a bit more annoying? So I've got 2 draw steps left, right? I think I pass. Because this just trades with a collector reef and or an army token. This just trades with an army token. And then next turn I have Vengevine, Lizard. They all slay in. And they block Vengevine. And then they have to have something else. Okay, I'm going to attack. Attack you. So that trades with the army token. Nine cards. End step, clean up, lizard. That makes Vengevine. Unless they have an endurance in their last 3 cards in hand. And next turn we're going to attack them for 10 twice. Then they've got to come up with something. Because they can only get to 9. I'm not sure about that hollow one attack, but so blue mana, green mana, blue mana, green mana, blue. Oh, okay, cool. They're just going 8 here. So is this like a hard cast Force of Will that they're trying to cast? Got no idea. Yeah, you gotta let my triggers resolve first. That fact is true. They missed up one of them. We get 2 Vengevines. Yes, please. Yes, please. We've got 2 cards left in deck, right? So it's very close. And now they're going to Force of Will the other one. This is... Oh, no, it's not quite enough, is it? So I attack you, double block. And then you get to crack your food token and go up to 9. Oh yeah, and they've got a collector roof as well. What's left? Noxious, 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 noxious. Attack you, attack you. I don't have it, but so if I load all of the damage onto the Bowmaster, and then the following turn I attack again, and the following turn I'll have no cards in my deck. Okay, they got us. It was a slog, we almost got there, but Wasteland into Bowman really did put us in the ground. I don't know how I played that little section towards the end. I don't know about that Bowmaster attacks. That might have been horrifically wrong. We've now not got very long to play the last one. This doesn't do anything. These are bad. I need 4 more cuts. Maybe the Caracas aren't good. We just rely on Fury. Is negation that bad? Negation blue squee? I wish I'd written this down somewhere. It makes my life so much easier. What did previously smart me think? Okay, game 2. Keep. We're on the play. No ley line. Well, Vigor, negation, petrified field. Cast a hollow one. Now the big question is, do we protect? I don't like protecting hollow ones, I think it's bad. But we could consider it in that spot. We're almost never discarding the Fury. As we saw in that match where we finally drew the second one, and in that game where we finally drew the second one and we managed to kill both of their things, it was incredible for us. I don't think we are protecting hollow one unless we draw a blue card, just because Misstep's so prime against Deathrite Shaman. That is a blue card though, so we'll go for the 4-ball here. Okay. This feels good, but this bug deck always has a horrific tendency to crawl back in and just like grind you into the ground. So, misstepping whatever this is. And I can't misstep a Tropical Island, but you know. Graph Digger's Cage. You got it. Graph Digger's Cage, not a card that I rate highly against us. La-di-da-di-da. Okay, so like, we're just going to pass again. And we're going to put the Bazaar on top with our Noxious Revival. And the reason being is that Petrified Field is going to help us play around Tabernacle at Pendule Vale. So they're signaling a Bowmaster here. We can beat a Flusterstorm. No, they're just giving us the Bazaar. A good Hollywood on their part. Yeah, just a good pause to make it sound like they were interested, you know. So what's here? Underground Sea. Orcish Bowmasters, I guess. Assassin's Trophy, Forced Shuffle. That's cute. I guess that's a reason for us not to do the thing that I just did. Force of Will gets through. Bazaar comes off the top. Play Bazaar. And then just slay, I think. Okay. Yes, I really don't like playing the Bazaar there. I don't like playing the Bazaar because it doesn't do anything, right? It's just... I'm going to take one more draw step before I activate it. Because Misstep on Deathrite is so good. Fury is so good. And we know we're getting Bowmanned. That's fine. So there's a chance we could just like sit here and wait and watch until we draw Force of Will, but they're also drawing up to Force of Will, right? So, alright, show me your Bowmaster. Oh my god. Yep, so we take 3, we draw into a red card. Not the red card I really wanted to be pitching. We can do that next turn. Yep. Bang, bang. So we take a bunch of damage. And then next turn we can clean this up. So they crash in for 4. We'd like them to tap out for like a Narset or some shit. Surgical on Hollow One, that was. Ugh. This game. Red card? Nope. No, cool. Let's pack this one up here. Yeah. The bug matchup. Very fun. Okay, up against Mayhem DJ. Cool. We're on the draw. Oh no, that's a lie. We're on the play with 7 cards, as you would expect from us at this point. This is just how it goes, what we do. Yada yada yada. So, Master of Death. Oh no, not Master of Death. So Squee, Lizard, Vengine, and Rip Vengine. Oh, Chalice just rolled straight through. That's like cool because it means they've got nothing, but it's bad because it sounds like shops from that sort of angle. Your opponent's just like already F6 on turn 1. Smells like a Mishra's Workshop deck, you know. Or they thought that's everything I was doing and they just let it go. Cavern of Souls. So mono white then. Human. Okay. Okay. So Chalice is like our best card against mono white. Let's give this a spin. We'll discard the Vigor. Yeah. Then we'll play a Bazaar and we'll activate that. Yay. And we win. So Cavern on Human means that our opponent is on mono white and I'm not gonna try and pretend that they're not. So we don't like Force of Negation, we don't like Mental Misstep. Force of Vigor, there's a question for you. I'm going to drop Force of Will on the draw. Two Snapback, 4 Mind Break. Yeah, okay. I can't decide, okay, whether post board I prefer 4 Vigor, no trap, or 4 Force of Will, no trap, or 4 trap, no Force of Will. And I know that's not many blue cards to support a Force of Will. How does that look? Doesn't look great, does it? Trap you, activate, or draw step, activate, discard everything we draw, pitch, cast Hollow One, bring back the 3 Vengevines I drew on my turn. Sounds likely. Okay. This is when you just go like Lotus Trinisphere. Okay. Chrome Mox. Yes. Sword Plowshares goes underneath. That's a Mox Sapphire. Ooh. 2 mana followed by a Cavern, followed by an Archon. Okay. So it's like what we just said, but it's going to be... Oh my god, I just clicked all the way through that. I've got a fucking trap in my hand. Jesus Christ, dude. Jesus Christ, I'm so bad. Oh, fucking hell. This game's going to be a lot harder than it needed to be. That's dead though. Snapback Mind Break. I think it's clearly Mind Break goes. And imagine if my hand had like 1 billion more cards in it. Wouldn't that be easy? Okay, right. Ignore everything you've seen. This looks like a good representative point of where we'd be at, minus the fury that would be in my hand. Wastelands, powerful. No plays from the opponent though. Do you know what else is powerful? Noxious Revival. So we're going to hold the Noxious, see if they tabernacle us. Looks like a seasoned dungeoneer. Hmm. Okay. I'll have a Fury then, please. I wish I had a Bazaar of Baghdad, but I'll have a Fury with a side of initiative. Opponent's got 2 cards, one of them's a basic planes. Solitude, obviously great here. Trinosphere. Trinosphere doesn't look like it does a lot. Lost Well looking for Wasteland, or just Forge On and kill them? I think Forge On and kill them is the line. Talk to me. Like, Trinosphere is obviously lights out against us in most circumstances, but in this circumstance I have 2 creatures, the initiative and lethal pressure, in 3 different ways. So there's that. Right. We played that game horrendously and won. Oh, that's the end. That's a shame. I was enjoying myself. So 4-1, losing to only Bug. I'm afraid I can't remember what else I played against. Round 1. Jewel. And we played Jewel in the way that we expect to play Jewel, right? There's a potential you can die quickly. Sometimes you kill all their permanents. Sometimes you counter all their spells. Sometimes it's a combination of the both. And sometimes you just die. Then we played against Oath of Druids, and we probably missequenced in that game 1. And then we played against something that I can't remember to put us to 3-0. And then we played against Bug. Oh, we played against a Lurrus deck at some point. Yeah, that we just smashed incredibly quickly. And then we played against Bug, no Lurrus, and got very slowly smashed in game 1. And then we played against Mono White, and we didn't play that very well. But that is a Vintage League. This looks close to what I think I'm probably going to be playing list-wise for the old Eternal Weekend. I really don't know what to do about this sideboard, though. Ghost Quarter I've not been too stressed about recently. I think I can get rid of those if I'm playing these 2 Petrified Fields. I like the 2 Caracas, I like the 2 Fields. And then 2 Snapbacks I think are mandatory somewhere in the 75. I don't mind if it's 1 and 1. I don't mind if it's 0 and 2. But then once these 2 Ghost Quarters have gone, what have I got space for? 4 ley lines minus 2 surgical, something like that. I don't know. But anyway, that's deckless stuff, and I'll see you again soon.